How to reset your brain. The science of the dopamine detox. You know that feeling, don't you? You just spent 40 minutes scrolling through reels, shorts, and stories, watching other people live their lives while yours sits on pause. And then you close the app. The screen goes dark. And in that reflection staring back at you, you feel worse than when you started. Not satisfied, not entertained, just empty. This isn't a moral failing. This isn't weakness. This is your brain, a piece of evolutionary hardware designed for the African savanna, trying to survive in the year 2026. And it's losing. What you're experiencing has a name: anhedonia, the inability to feel pleasure from things that used to bring you joy. Your baseline has shifted. Your brain has been chemically restructured by the very tools designed to connect you. But here's the truth they don't want you to know. You can reset it. In the next 15 minutes, I'm going to show you the neuroscience behind why your brain feels broken, how Silicon Valley engineers weaponize your reward system, and the exact 72-hour protocol used by high performers to reclaim their focus. This is Mind Unlocked, and this is how you take back control. Let's start at the source, the mesolimbic pathway, your brain's ancient reward circuit. This system evolved over millions of years to do one thing: keep you alive. When our ancestors found food, socialized with their tribe, or accomplished something meaningful, their brains released dopamine, not as a reward, but as a motivational signal. Dopamine doesn't say, "This feels good." It says, "Do that again. It's important for survival." But here's what most people get wrong about dopamine. There are actually two types at work in your brain right now. Tonic dopamine is your baseline, the steady hum of dopamine always circulating in your system. Think of it as the ambient temperature of your reward system. When it's healthy, you feel motivated, curious, and alive. Phasic dopamine is the spike, the sharp burst you get when something exciting happens. A text notification, a like, a match. These spikes are supposed to be rare, powerful, and meaningful. But in 2026, we're farming these spikes like an industrial crop. Imagine your dopamine system as a leaky bucket. Every time you get a notification, check your email, or watch a video, water pours in. A spike. But simultaneously, the holes in the bucket get bigger. Your tonic baseline drops. So you need more stimulation just to feel normal. This is called baseline homeostasis, and it's the reason why activities that used to excite you, reading a book, having a conversation, taking a walk, now feel unbearably boring. Your ancestors might experience 5 to 10 dopamine spikes per week. A successful hunt, a new discovery, a moment of danger survived. You experience 5 to 10 per minute. Dr. Anna Lemke, psychiatrist at Stanford, calls this dopamine deficit state. Your brain, in its desperate attempt to maintain balance, downregulates dopamine receptors. It's literally becoming numb to pleasure. And here's a terrifying part. Neuroplasticity, your brain's ability to rewire itself, means these changes become structural. The more you repeat the behavior, the deeper the pathway. You're not just forming a habit. You're rebuilding your brain's architecture around the expectation of constant stimulation. This is why quitting feels impossible. You're not battling willpower. You're battling biology. Now let's talk about the people who know this better than you do. The engineers. In 2024, a former Google design ethicist named Tristan Harris exposed what he called the attention economy arms race. Every social media platform, streaming service, and app is in a brutal competition for the same resource, your time. And they've hired some of the smartest behavioral psychologists on the planet to extract it from you. The weapon of choice? Variable reward schedules, the exact mechanism that makes slot machines in Las Vegas so addictive. When you pull a slot machine lever, you don't know if you'll win. Sometimes you do, often you don't. That unpredictability is what creates compulsion. Your brain releases dopamine not when you win, but in anticipation of possibly winning. Now look at your phone. Every time you refresh Instagram, check your email, or open TikTok, you're pulling that lever. Will there be a message? Will this video be funny? Will someone have liked my post? You don't know. And that not knowing is precisely what keeps you coming back. Then there's infinite scroll, the bottomless bowl effect. In a famous Cornell study, researchers gave people soup in bowls that secretly refilled from the bottom. Participants ate 73% more soup than the control group because they had no visual cue that they were full. Your feed is that bowl. There's no end, no closure, no signal to stop. The engineers removed the natural stopping point that used to exist when you finish reading a newspaper or watching a TV show. This rewiring goes even deeper. You probably experience phantom vibration syndrome, that sensation of your phone buzzing in your pocket when it hasn't. This isn't paranoia. This is your brain, so deeply conditioned to expect notifications that it creates a sensation when none exists. A 2023 study found that 89% of smartphone users experience this regularly. Your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for rational decision-making, has been systematically bypassed. The companies call it engagement. Psychologists call it something else. Intermittent reinforcement, the most powerful tool for creating compulsive behavior in mammals. And you are the mammal. But the damage doesn't stop when you put the phone down. Let's talk about what's happening to your cognitive architecture every time you switch between tasks. You're writing an email. Your phone buzzes. You check it. Just for a second, it's an Instagram notification. You return to the email. Harmless, right? Wrong. Dr. Sophie Leroy, a business professor at the University of Washington, discovered something disturbing in her research on multitasking. She calls it attention residue. When you switch from task A to task B, your attention doesn't cleanly follow. A significant portion of your cognitive capacity remains stuck on the previous task for up to 20 minutes. Think about that. Every time you check your phone, respond to a message, or glance at a notification, you're fragmenting your attention. You're not splitting it. You're shredding it. A study from the University of California, Irvine, found that it takes an average of 23 minutes and 15 seconds to return to full focus after an interruption. And the average office worker is interrupted every 3 minutes and 5 seconds. The math is brutal. You never reach deep focus. You exist in a permanent state of partial attention, never fully present, never fully effective, never fully alive. This creates what psychologists call cognitive load, the total mental effort being used in your working memory. When your load is maxed out by constant context switching, you have no capacity left for complex thinking, creativity, or problem solving. You become, effectively, stupider. Cal Newport, author of Deep Work, argues that this isn't just reducing your productivity, it's fundamentally changing who you're capable of becoming. The person you could be requires extended periods of undistracted focus. But that person is being starved out of existence by 1,000 tiny interruptions. And here's the cruelest irony. We're not even enjoying the distractions. A 2025 Harvard study using experience sampling found that people reported lower mood and higher stress after checking their phones, even when they received positive notifications. We're trading our cognitive sovereignty for something that doesn't even feel good. So how do we fix this? The answer is both simpler and harder than you think. A complete system reset. Not forever, just 72 hours. 3 days to allow your dopamine receptors to upregulate, your baseline to stabilize, and your prefrontal cortex to regain control. This is a protocol used by executives, athletes, and anyone who's serious about reclaiming their mind. Day 1, the total blackout. Day 1 is about one thing, reaching the boredom threshold. Delete or disable all social media apps. No Instagram, no TikTok, no YouTube Shorts, no Reddit, no news apps. Turn off all non-essential notifications. Better yet, put your phone in a drawer and use an actual alarm clock. Here's what's going to happen. You're going to feel like you're dying. You'll experience what clinicians call acute withdrawal. Restlessness, anxiety, the obsessive urge to check something, anything. This is normal. This is your brain screaming for the dopamine it's been conditioned to expect. Don't fight the boredom. Sit in it. This is the most important part. Boredom is not the enemy. It's the soil from which creativity grows. Your brain needs this void to reset. If you absolutely must use your phone, implement a 20-minute delay rule. Every time you want to check it, wait 20 minutes. Most urges will pass. Day 2, digital minimalism. Day 2 is about reorganizing your digital home. Reinstall only the apps you absolutely need, but with strict parameters. Remove all apps from your home screen except utilities, calendar, maps, camera. Make social media hard to access, 3 folder layers deep. Enable grayscale mode. This removes the psychological triggers of bright colors that activate your reward system. Set specific access windows. Social media is only available between 6 to 7 p.m. For example, use screen time or freedom apps to enforce this. Unsubscribe from every promotional email, every newsletter you don't actively love, every notification that isn't from a human you care about. The goal is intentionality. Every interaction with your device should be a conscious choice, not a reflexive behavior. Day 3. The focus habit. Day 3 is about building the new architecture, deep work sessions. Choose one task that matters. Set a timer for 90 minutes. No interruptions. No phone. No email. No music with lyrics. Just you and the work. This will feel impossibly hard at first. Your attention residue is still clearing. But somewhere around minute 20, something magical happens. You drop in. Neuroscientists call this flow state, the optimal zone where your prefrontal cortex synchronizes with your task. Time distorts. Effort feels effortless. This is what your brain is actually capable when it's not shredded by distractions. Do 3 of these sessions over the course of day 3. By the end of 72 hours, you'll notice something. Colors look brighter. Conversations feel richer. A simple meal tastes better. This isn't poetry. This is your dopamine baseline returning to normal. Here's the truth they don't teach you in school. In the 21st century, your attention is your most valuable resource. Not your time, not your money, your attention. Every corporation, every platform, every advertiser is in a war to colonize it. They've hired neuroscientists, behavioral economists, and designers whose entire job is to make their product irresistible to your limbic system. And they're winning. The average person spends 7 hours and 4 minutes on their phone per day. That's 106 days per year. Over a lifetime, that's 11 years of your existence spent scrolling through other people's highlight reels. But you have a choice. Every moment is an opportunity to reclaim your cognitive sovereignty. This 72-hour protocol isn't a permanent solution. It's a diagnostic. It shows you what your brain is capable of when it's not running on fumes. What you do with that information is up to you. In an economy of attention, your focus is your greatest wealth. The question is, who are you going to spend it on? Them or you? If this video helped you see your relationship with technology differently, hit that subscribe button. We're building a community of people who think deeply about how to live intentionally in a world designed for distraction. Leave a comment below telling me, what's the first app you're removing from your phone? And hit the like button if you're ready to take back control. I'll see you in the next one. Your mind is waiting to be unlocked.